When I met Clara for the first time, her laugh had this light, effortless charm that turned heads and made people smile. We clicked instantly, not through big gestures or dramatic declarations, but through shared glances, lingering touches, and long, late-night talks that needed no translation. Our bond felt real, grounded. So when she told me she was planning a girls' getaway to Miami, I didn't think twice. She earned it. Between her work responsibilities and handling things at home, she deserved a break. I supported her without hesitation. The trip started off just fine. For the first couple days, she sent me pictures, her grinning with a cocktail, the Miami sun warming her face, that smile of hers that always melted something deep inside me. But on the third day, everything shifted. My messages stopped going through. My calls didn't even ring. They went straight to voicemail. At first, I tried to stay calm. Maybe her phone died, or maybe the reception was terrible. But hours passed, then a full day, then two. The silence stretched, filling the space with something heavy and unfamiliar. Worried, I used my friend's phone to try contacting her. That's when reality hit. I was blocked. She had shut me out on every platform. I stared at the screen, frozen. There was no fight, no disagreement, nothing leading up to this. My chest tightened as confusion turned to fear. I wasn't a possessive or insecure type, but being abruptly cut off while she was out partying in a city like Miami stirred up too many questions. I called Lacey, Clara's closest friend and someone I'd always respected. She answered after a couple rings, sounding surprised, maybe even a little nervous. I asked if everything was all right. She paused before saying Clara was fine, but just needed some space. I pressed further, reminding her I was Clara's husband, and I deserved to know what was going on. She hesitated, but finally gave in. "I'll talk to her," she said, "but I can't promise anything. Just one word. Whatever she wants to say, I'll pass it along." That night was unbearable. I barely slept. I kept checking my phone, hoping for something, anything. The next morning, I saw Lacey had posted a story. It was a short clip of them dancing at a rooftop bar. My heart sank. In the corner of the video, Clara was dancing with a man, his arm wrapped casually around her waist. She wasn't pulling away. I watched that video over and over. Something cracked inside me. I messaged Lacey again, begging for honesty. I told her I saw it. I just wanted the truth. No lies, no excuses. She didn't reply. The silence was suffocating. I didn't know whether to be angry, heartbroken, or just numb. By evening, I'd had enough. I sent one last message. If Clara didn't want to be with me anymore, fine. But I deserved to hear that from her, not from a void. Finally, Lacey responded. She says she's confused. She doesn't know what she wants. That sentence broke something in me. We had built a life together for 3 years, talked about our future, kids, growing old, and now she was confused? 2 days later, Clara unblocked me and sent a message that simply read, "We need to talk." I called her immediately. She answered, but her tone was detached, like someone who had already drifted too far. She started with, "I didn't mean to hurt you. I just needed time to sort out my thoughts." I asked her directly, "Who was the guy in the video?" She paused and said, "Just someone we met." Nothing happened, I swear. I asked why she blocked me. She admitted she didn't want to lie or explain herself every time they went out. I told her quietly, "That's not how marriage works. You don't get to vanish and then walk back and like nothing happened." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "I know. That's why I'm still figuring things out." We didn't speak for a week. When she finally came home, the air between us was heavy, strange. She stayed in the guest room. We barely made eye contact. I could tell she wasn't ready to face what had happened, and honestly, I was too hurt to press. One night, I told her she had to decide, either commit fully or walk away. She broke down crying, said she didn't expect to feel so distant from me, that the trip had stirred something in her, a fleeting feeling of freedom, of being unburdened. But even a moment of that fantasy had consequences. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I just packed a small bag and told her I needed time to think, too. It's been a month now. She sends messages sometimes, checks in with calls, but I haven't answered. Not because I want revenge, but because sometimes silence speaks louder than any conversation. Maybe now she'll understand how it feels to be the one left waiting, locked out without a reason, trying to read between the lines of nothing. Maybe now she'll feel what it's like to be the one blocked, not on a phone, but from someone's heart.